The title of this video is Majek Fashek's message to the youths. I first met Majek Fashek in Jos in the late 1980s. He was then a part of the musical tour of Professor Jerry Ghana's mass mobilization for self-reliance, social justice and economic recovery, MAMSA. The tour was integral to General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida's long transition from military to civil rule program. After an electrifying performance at the Jos Polo Field, he proceeded to Plateau Hotel at the Tudunwada government reserved area. And it was there that I met him. Since then, I have remained one of his fans and a distant friend of his. Like many of his other fans, I cannot say how much I adored Majek Fashek, more so for his originality. It is my considered opinion that besides Fela Anikulapo Kuti, Majek Fashek would remain one of the most renowned musical exponents of the African extraction. The excitement that followed Majek's emergence as a musical icon in his early days left none of his fans across the world in doubt about his rise to stardom. It all began with his hit album, Prisoner of Conscience. Prisoner of Conscience is a revolutionary song that addresses injustice across the African continent, and South Africa in particular at that time, because Nelson Mandela was still held in incarceration under President Frederick W. de Klerk. The same album contained another song he titled Send Down the Rain. Produced by Tabansi Records, a studio where he worked, Send Down the Rain was an instant glorious multiple award-winning song. The song instantly became some kind of national and universal anthem. The lyrics of that song meant so much to ordinary folks because it was more or less like a prayer to God for a release of his blessings upon the nations of Africa and their people that had become so bewildered, cowed and pretty much, poverty-stricken. People laboring heavily under the burden of various maximum authoritarian regimes adopted Send Down the Rain as their prayers. Many of his other songs, like I Am Not Tired, Genesis, Holy Spirit, Righteousness, Spirit of Love, No More Weeping, and Our Father, dominated the airwaves in radio stations all over the world. The reviews his songs got back then could be compared to those of South Africa's Lucky Dube and Cote d'Ivoire's Alpha Blondy. As he gained the status of a folk hero around the world, many began to compare Majek Fashek with the legendary Robert Nesta Marley, the iconic Jamaican reggae superstar whose exit from the world had left a vacuum in the music industry, or reggae music industry as a matter of fact. Hence, Majek Fashek began to receive international invitations to annual music festivals and stage shows beyond the shores of Nigeria. There's no question at all about the fact that Majek's musical genre had a touch of spirituality. His songs like Jah Revelation, Promised Land, and No More Weeping are so soul-soothing, holding strong appeal to his numerous fans. From their lyrics, it was obvious that he had a predilection to deep sacred matters and things beyond the physical realm. Majek Fashek's fame, image and success continued to soar even after he left Nigeria to the United States of America. A combination of passion, hard work and talent kept him up the waves. He was an excellent songwriter, composer and arranger. He played the guitar so admirably masterfully.
When will the African people unite? When will the African people come together?
His exposure to the use of substances like alcohol and marijuana, as most musicians are wont to, may have spiked during his sojourn in the United States. Of course, Majek never admitted usage of substances like cocaine and heroin, even when I first met him and asked him the same question back in the days in Jos. But as we all know, abuse of illicit substances is not something that is often done publicly, and it is hardly admitted publicly either. Well, whether Majek Fashek did any kind of illicit substances or not could have been betrayed by some of his stage shows in the later part of his career. There were times during some of those shows when his handlers had to do a yeoman's job to try to keep him together on the stage. In such moments, he would become so extremely excitable, euphoric, and uncoordinated. In reflection, many of his fans could have concluded that he was under the influence of drugs, since extreme excitation, emaciation, and consistent uncoordinated actions are amongst some of the obvious signs of substance abuse. Majek hardly, if he ever did, admit it and or agreed to substance abuse, in spite of what seemed to be obvious signs thereof. Rather, he attributed his problems to depression due to matrimonial acrimonies with his ex-wife. Suffice it to say that such state of depression, for the stated reason, might have led some other persons to substance abuse and dependence, particularly alcohol and marijuana. A key note that may be made here in passing is that while depression is a risk factor for substance abuse, depression is also one of the symptoms of substance abuse. From the fast soaring pedestal of global ascendancy in fame, Majek Fashek began to descend to a degeneration that held his numerous fans across the world spellbound in awe. In and out, he entered into treatment programs for his state. In and out, he suffered relapse. In and out, he got into social reintegration. But Majek never fully recovered from his condition to become fully socially reintegrated into his former state of glory until his death on that fateful day on the 1st of June 2020 in a hospital in New York City in the United States of America. His death came after a long spell with ill health and near total vagrancy. There have been a number of speculations about the actual cause of Majek's death since then. While some say it was due to a long period of substance abuse, others have speculated that he died from spiritist adventure that went awry. However, those that are close to him have revealed that he died of cancer. Whichever of these could be the true cause of his death, one thing that comes out of all of this is that Majek has returned to his creator after his sojourn on earth. Who knows, maybe he could have lived longer, maybe he could have made a bigger and better mark in life. Who knows? Just who knows? But Majek Fashek, is gone, not without making a strong mark by leaving his strong footprints with his talent behind on this part of existence. As I reflect on this, one question that comes to my mind is, if Majek Fashek were to leave a message for upcoming young people, what might that message be? From the little that I know about him, his simple message to young people would have been, number one, be humble. No matter what you are or later become in life, be humble. I'm sure Majek would also have told his fans and younger persons coming up to work hard to make the most of their talent. So he would say to you, work hard, make the most of your talent. And I'm also sure Majek would have advised young people to beware of reckless living, reckless lifestyle. And fourthly, I'm sure Majek would have told upcoming young men not to do drugs, because doing drugs can bring them from grace to grass. At this point, I can only say adieu, my friend Majek Fashek. Thank you for finding time to watch this video. I want to also request that you kindly share it with your friends. God bless you.